Greetings, this is Griff Ruby, the Nostalgic Catholic, another Isaac Asimov short story review. This is one that gets no mention on the cover of the August 1957 issue of Fantasy and Science Fiction. So, indeed, even in the table of contents, it's the very, very end. A Loint of Paw by Isaac Asimov, page 130. That's all there is there, no further reference. And you get there, it turns out page 130 really, literally is just inside there, a single page, a short. And how short? Well, alright, basically somebody steals $100,000. He steps into a time machine. He goes forward so many years, and one day more than the statute of limitations. They catch up with him. It's the day after the statute of limitations has run out, and he's got away with $100,000. And now he's on trial. Well, how can he be on trial? The statute of limitations has run out. And so it just kind of becomes an idea. A loint of paw, a point of law. It's a kind of a legal conundrum, fairly straightforward thing. You do something that's obviously wrong, but if the law doesn't say that it's illegal, you can't very well enforce the law against it. You should change the law to reflect those things. And they talk about that, but in the end, the judge has to conclude that the law had to be enforced as written, and as such, basically the guy's defense is the statute of limitations run out. You're this much older, according to what time it is, what year it is, and what year you were born. You are this many years old, even if physically you're not. Even if it's because you just stepped through a time machine and it doesn't even matter that you went through the time machine illegally, although you were still in it recently. You might be able to do something with that, but nobody does. And then at the end of it all, it ends up with a pun. And moderately, yes, it's an okay pun, but that's all. Anyway, it really is a little short, a bit of nothing. And to be brutally frank, I think it's actually less of a story than A Woman's Heart. So, nevertheless, it got collected into Asimov's Mysteries. So, in 1968. And here he has a small notation on that. And let's see if I can find that. 114. The whole thing fits on a couple pages of the book. At the end of it all, after it all ends in this bad pun, he has a little tiny afterword. It says, "If you expect me to apologize for this, you little know your man. I consider a play on words the noblest form of wit, so there." Well, there's a play of words. It is a play on words. As I said, the pun that it ends with is moderately funny. It isn't insanely, wildly, wow, that was a brilliant joke. It was like, it's okay. It would make a good end to a Shaggy Dog story. I'm trying to think, there was some other idea I had on all of this. They're going through this time machine, and what happens here? Hiding in time is not fundamentally different from hiding in space. The forces of law have not covered a man named Stein, by the way, in the 7-year interval. Well, that's their hard luck. So, I guess it's kind of like saying, if you get far enough away, the law doesn't apply to you either. Which, I guess, if you're willing to accept an exile, from the country where you broke the law, it might be the same kind of thing. The difference is, of course, you leave, let's say this is your country, and you leave this country, you go to another, where the people in this country can't charge you with a crime. Well, they might be able to extradite you, but let's say you go to some place where you can't be extradited. Okay, so you're over there, they can't touch you, there's nothing they can do, you're out of reach, that's all. You're also exiled to that place for the rest of your life. In time, you are exiled into the future. You could go in the future, you really couldn't go in the past. So, that's how it goes. I don't know. It's not the greatest story. And after the awesome classic of Profession, this gets lost in its shadow. And that's all I have to say about that. Thanks for listening.